Hello from the 1099contractor.com and locumcrna.com. Today we're going to talk a lot about negotiating and how this is selling. Please remember to like, subscribe, follow, heart, whatever it is that you need to do on this platform to make sure that you see more content from us. Today we'll talk about 4 different things: an introduction to negotiation, what it is, and how to be prepared for it. Agree to the objectives, state the terms, and have your rationale ready, and be ready to accept or walk away. So negotiation, according to Investopedia, is a strategic discussion that resolves an issue in a way that both parties find acceptable. So when you're going into a negotiation, remember that the people on the other side that are negotiating with you probably have more experience in doing this. That means you need to be prepared. You need to have your rationale, your arguments, and the way in which you need to sell yourself already ready. And then we can turn the tables into your favor for a good outcome. So Grant Cardone in Selling says that agreement is part of your negotiation tactic. You need to be agreeing, yeah, that's a lot of money, or yes, this is going to be a lot of work, and this is why this is important. When you go into a negotiation, you need to be agreeing with whoever it is you're negotiating with. I agree, you need somebody very, very quickly. So we need to get the credentialing done. I have everything ready, and because it's short notice, it's going to cost more. So you need to be agreeing with them and then stating your objective. All right, so when you're validating their concerns or they're validating your concerns, that means that you've been heard or they've been heard, and that you not only hear it, but you have this necessity. And make sure that with your potential gains, you're looking at the perception of you and the perception of the other party. Your competition. Is your competition really there? They may say, oh, well, we have 16 people lined up. That may be true if they do. However, many times that argument is just made to force a quick reaction and an emotional reaction that says, well, I need this job. I need the pay. And since I need the pay and I need this job, I'm willing to take something less than I initially came in with. Then you need to also be looking at your needs. Are they going to be met? Are the needs of the facility going to be met? And can you address those in a way that the other party knows, validates, and sees and understands where you're coming from with your needs? And then look at the other potential gains. Is there something else that's being given in order to offset one of those concerns that you have, whether it be safety and needing some kind of a larger apartment or something that's going to help take care of the animals or your family? Is it that you need a rental car and due to your insurance, you also need the insurance from the rental car company, which is typically not provided? Or is there a necessity to bring your entire family and you need a larger place? Is there a need that you don't want to do certain types of cases that they want you to do and that needs to be offset? Or is it you are specifically trained in something like pain management and that's an additional expense to you over the long run? And with those pain management ideals, you need to be taking in more because your malpractice insurance is higher, and you have specialty training. Those specialty trainings and experience that not every CRNA has, you need to bring those to the table so they understand that you are more qualified, better, and a better fit for that facility than maybe another CRNA or another person that might be bidding for a contract. List those attributes and the requirements that go along with it, and list those expenses that they are not reimbursing you for. and make sure that any of those risks or any of those criteria are outlined for them so that they can understand where you're coming from. You know, of course, if the ask is just too great, it is possible that the recruiter will say, I just can't do this, or I can't work with these terms. And you might have to give them time to go back and talk to the hospital or group. You may have to make sure that you restate at the end of the conversation what you guys discussed and how we're going to move forward. Review those things when you receive a contract, or at least make sure that in an email after your conversation, you are going back and saying everything that you talked about, what's going to happen, what the next step is. And then if it becomes the contract is sent next, you need to be reviewing that contract to make sure that those things that you have outlined as far as the terms of that contract are truly in the contract. A lot of people forget and they don't read the contract, or they don't read it thoroughly enough, and then they come to some exception with the agency, group, hospital that is not outlined in the contract and therefore did not happen and is not going to be done or paid. Always make sure that any addendum to a contract is done in writing, either a actual document or at least documented email communications back and forth with your name, company name, or that company's acceptance of your information. So you need to make sure that they are responding to that email so you know, and anybody else would know, that they've received it, that they've discussed it, and that the two parties are both involved and agreeing to what you've just mentioned. We want you to be successful with your contracts. So success is where preparation and opportunity meet. That's where we prepared to start, and we continued throughout the process in a written form. And, those opportunities that we need to take advantage of right away are there and can be met. So when you finally get through the entire process of negotiation, your credentialing things need to be ready. You need to have whatever certificates, whatever CV, all of your data that's needed to take on this position is ready to rapidly send, and that you are taking full action to ensure that there's no delays in any of the internal or external credentialing that has to happen. This may take a period of time, and if you haven't been upfront and readily taken action, then the onus would be on you as opposed to any recruiter, HR, or credentialing department. So you need to make sure that you're on top of it. As always, thank you for spending the time with me today. Make sure you like, subscribe, heart, and follow for more information, and we hope to get more to you in the future.